Hey everybody, welcome to episode 3 of Jurassic Park Build, Unit 93, and our first major update. We're going to be doing this one pretty quick as it looks like we're probably going to get some rain, but this episode we're going to be going over obviously some of the major things that we've done, some of the parts that we've gotten in, and a change in some of the phases that we're going to be doing. Before we get started, I'm going to have some changes in quite a few things. First off, I'll be moving the fan page from Instagram to Facebook at the link below. It's going to be a little bit easier, plus I want to have a lot of feedback from you guys. I just like that platform a little bit better. That being said, once the build is complete, I'll be using the Instagram handle for all of our stuff. The second thing is going to be a change in phases. My idea initially was to go in 3 to 4 phases on this and stick to the plan. That being said, I've already discovered that my time is very limited with my career and coming off the busiest month I've ever had, in addition with the elements and the heat. So I'm going to be doing things completely out of phase and as I get to them. We've already done some interior mods, we've already done some wheel mods, and we've already done some exterior mods, and all of it is going to be out of order. So I think that's going to make it a little bit more interesting and more aesthetically pleasing at the end. The first big update that we ended up getting is obviously our new soft top from Quadratec. This is going to be in Spice, as you can see, which is movie accurate, and I had to install the complete frame as well. And if any of you have ever done that, you know it's a pain in the butt. However, I think it looks really good. Now that that's heated up a little bit, it makes it a lot easier to take on and off. So looking forward to that. Another item that I ordered from Quadratec was the front bumper and bumper end caps. So now that we have this, I'll be able to mount it up and bring back that OEM look to the Jurassic Park. One problem is that I'm missing the winch plate that goes right here. I'll have to order that separately, but it's going to be a required piece because after all, what's a Jurassic Park Jeep without a winch? I've already started to attempt to restore these half doors, and as you can see, I've got quite a bit ahead of me. This one is starting to look a lot better than the other one, but we're going to have to use some resources, either with a heat gun, a Scotch-Brite, a lot of chemical cleaner, or just finally end up spray painting these. One of the other things that was very interesting was I couldn't get these half doors uppers to even go in. For those of you not familiar with how these Jeep half doors work and half windows, there's a channel that goes in right here, and that's what secures the upper to the lower part of the door. And for some reason I couldn't get these to fit. Got my oscilloscope out and quickly discovered that they were absolutely impacted with dirt and debris, which was really disgusting. And fortunately, once all that was cleared, these actually fit and made a very good seal. I've already started to attempt to restore these half doors, and as you can see, I've got quite a bit ahead of me. This one is starting to look a lot better than the other one, but we're going to have to use some resources, either with a heat gun, a Scotch-Brite, a lot of chemical cleaner, or just finally end up spray painting these. You can see how faded that these lower doors are. One of the things that I actually attempted to do was use a heat gun on the very bottom of this, and you can see it actually brought the color back quite a bit. So I decided to try that out with this lower panel of the seat. This looked just like the other door, but I was very surprised to see how much of this came back. That being said, I think there's a risk when using a heat gun, and I'm going to try another method. One of the other cool things that's coming is the green carpet. I've got 3 sources from Facebook, and hopefully we'll be able to have one of these come through, and I can get these green carpets back. And since the top is on, we can take our old seat covers off and let these green beauties shine. I really enjoy these seats. I think they make the Jeep, and one thing I did discover is that the seat belts don't quite function correctly. So I have those on order, and hopefully we'll be seeing them in the next couple weeks. Going back to the outside, I've already removed the pinstriping to this using a heat gun and a lot of time. It was a pretty tedious process, but in the end, it's going to look a lot better, and that's one more thing that I'm going to not have to do once we get prepped for paint. And a huge win this last week. As I was coming through New Mexico, I decided to check Facebook Marketplace and got extremely lucky and found some Jeep wheels. And not only that, They were in great condition and only $100 for 4. So I'm already well under budget on those wheels, and hopefully in the next couple weeks we'll get them swapped out. I'll be either powder coating them or doing a Plastidip or something in between, but they are going to be ready to go, and hopefully we'll have it on in the next couple weeks. Overall, I'm pretty happy with the progress that I've made by myself in the last couple weeks, especially with this great looking soft top. Brings back the life to this very old Jeep and is going to be one large step closer to making this a screen accurate replica. So that being said, I know that I haven't had nearly as much time as I thought I would. Been very busy at work, and again, the West Texas heat has definitely kept me down. But I'm still committed to making this as close to an accurate replica as possible. So again, once we'll be moving over to the Facebook side of this on the group so I can have a lot of feedback from you guys, but still check the Instagram. And as always, stay tuned here for the weekly updates and monthly updates. Thank you guys. Y'all enjoy.